am Renstel, the owner of Halcyon Art and the artist behind the artworks. This is my first ever video that included my face, and the concept for today is I will teach my sister. This is Angela, by the way, who's also the owner of Swiss by Jella and Kape Ilios. If you're not yet familiar, please follow their social media accounts as well. We will leave them below. And the concept for this video is I will try and teach her how to make a basic painting for skies, or this uses a blended type of technique for paint. So to start off, we have our watercolor paper. It's ideal that you use 300 GSM watercolor paper so as not to tear up the pages when you use too much water with your paint. Then you have your water and your brushes, couple of brushes here. It's ideal that you use round brush for blending techniques, and also later we will use a thin brush as well for the clouds and the details as well. For the skies, we can come up with our own color palette. Doesn't really matter what color you use as long as it's your vision. But for me, I would like to use more cool tones, cool colors in the blue family.
I'm doing a night sky, so I'll probably need black.
We have black over here, so you don't need warm colors then. Okay, so for me, I'll be using just plain blue, somehow turquoise colors. I think it will be nice accents as well. So the first thing you do is you prep your colors. So you have your palette here. I have my dirty palette here. Okay, for artists, it's not really, I mean, it really depends on you, but for me, I really prefer palette with rough surfaces. I think I barely replace my palette. So we're just prepping our colors. You can put them on your palette here. So when choosing your colors, it's really nice if you have a base color, accent colors as well, and the colors for your details. So for Angel, she's using a base color of black and blue. Yeah. A mix of black and blue, an accent color of pink, and then she has the white for her details as well. So I would also like to share the brand of acrylic paint I use. I use Montemart, if that's the way you pronounce it. I find these colors in Lazada. If you search just Montemart acrylic paint, you have lots of stores that come up with, although it's not that affordable, but this paint lasts for months for me, for the painting technique that I use. But if you use like a texture technique, I suggest you find a more affordable acrylic paint, as long as its quality does not isn't compromised with the price. So next, you prep your brushes. If you've already dipped them in water, what we're trying to do is you need to take a little bit of paint here, separate it on the side, so you have like kind of a dissolved paint, because you know acrylic paints are really thick. They're more for textured paintings, but for this video, we're trying to have more like a watercolor blended type of paint. You might ask, why not just use watercolors? For me, acrylic paints have a more solid finish. So even though I use like kind of a blended technique, I really use acrylic paints because they're more solid finish, at least for me. I'm not really sure with other artists. So Angel is kind of doing like striped type of strokes, horizontal strokes for her blending, while I use a I don't know how to describe this, but I use blobs for blending, you know. So if you imagine a sky, you could really think of a really solid blue color, but I don't know. I just like to use different hues of blue for that. That would be really nice, I think.
How did you start Halcyon, and what does Halcyon art mean?
Okay, so I started painting as a way to cope with my anxiety. If you don't know yet, I am an accountancy graduate. I graduated 2 years ago, but although I passed the boards and everything, it took a toll on my mental health, and it's not easy to just go and focus on academics if you're just drowning mentally. So I use painting to cope with that. And the meaning of halcyon means a certain point in time where everything is just innocent and joyful. Um, if you know what I mean, like the quote is "ignorance is bliss," but that's what you mean by halcyon art. Um, if you search the internet, there'll be like phrases like halcyon days. Halcyon is mainly used for describing just one point in your life where you're just happy, you're innocent, and you're just carefree, if that's the correct term to use it for. Yeah, and then I think my family they pushed me to share my art um, online, and as I was really anxious of what other people might think, because honestly I'm not really an expert with this. I just wanted to show others that hey, I'm painting like that. So that's basically it. So I think I'll throw the question back to you. If the viewers would like to know, how did you come up with your own business? Since we're talking about own businesses here, and we have several. I would like to ask as well, how did you come up with Swiss by Jella and Capellos?
Well, same as you, I started teaching myself to bake as an outlet then, because of my depression, and um, I just wanted to bake for my son, Apollo. I wanted to bake his milestone cakes and birthday cakes for the family. But then, also because of my family, my sister and my mom,
Oh.
they pushed me to start my own business. So when the pandemic, it was before the pandemic actually, I started to open my business. So at first I was selling bread, bread and muffins, the easy one. And then I had the confidence to try and make cakes. So I added that to the menu. And now I think I made over 100 cakes. Maybe 200. I made another business called Kape Ilios. Kape means coffee in Filipino. And Ilios means sun in Greek, because my baby's name is Apollo, which is the Greek god of the sun. So I named it after him. That's it.
Angel has been with art as well ever since we were kids. We try to draw since our other cousins draw. They really are
It runs in the family.
It runs in the family, yeah.
So it's like her art is in paintings and my art is in cakes.
Cakes and yeah. So for the clouds, I'm just gonna do like subtle clouds. I really I think that would be nice since I have a good solid background now. So for the clouds, what I said earlier, round brushes are great for creating cloud effects, especially if you're like blending. So what I do is like do little blobs again, but smaller versions of what I did earlier. So if you can notice, the base is a little bit wet still, so it kind of blends with the green. So later on, if you want to have like an overlapping effect. You can use the green or what the color of your solid base is like, and then do it like this. Just tap, 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 tap. For the stars, I think you just have to take a small brush, something like this. And then you take a clean white paint, make sure it doesn't have any other colors. Okay. What you do, I think this type of technique works for me. I'm not really sure with other artists.
Does it have to be a wet brush?
No, not necessarily. So you have this, and you take another brush, doesn't matter what size, and you just do it all the white there. Doesn't really matter what kind of brush you use. Ooh! So I think we're done with our artworks. Angel, would you like to show yours? Your night sky painting.
Here's mine.
So as you can see, for the night sky and the clouds, they're all very detailed. You can see the accents, you can see the colors. For first time as well, it's really impressive. So yeah, so let's applaud her effort, and I hope she continues painting. And for me, this is my kind of an abstract blue sky with clouds and blended techniques as well. So so these are our paintings, and actually this is our first time creating a YouTube video for this channel as well. So please show your support by subscribing, leaving a like, leaving a comment. If you have any requests for content, requests for or any ideas that you have, suggestions, please let us know. And please follow our social media platforms on IG, Facebook, and here on YouTube as well. So we'll just leave them all below. And thank you guys for watching. Bye!
Bye!